Hello, everyone. We are back with Travel the World as a speaker. So, 9 times out of 10, you probably didn't realize that I was gone because you're probably watching this later. But we actually took a week off because we needed to do a little bit of catching up with show topics and scheduling and all that kind of stuff. So, for any of you who are business owners, you kind of know how this goes. You need time to do the thing. So, and the last time I was here, my microphone didn't work. I don't know, but magically, it works now. I can't make this stuff up. I don't know. I just stopped trying. All right, today, just to kick us coming back off from our little hiatus, we're going to talk about why people fall in love with speaking. And of course, you are watching Travel the World as a speaker. I am your host, Phylecia Jones. You get the weekend edition. That means messy hair, no makeup. I don't know if the filter is working, but you get all of me in my natural working glory. But I'm so excited to be here. Now, this show is brought to you by iFind You Close, where we actually go out and research speaking opportunities and deliver them to you. And we're so excited because we just added a last minute gig forum to our subscribed members. Now, the last minute gig forum, we are posting grants for small business owners. I mean, who wouldn't want free money? Like, seriously. We're posting grants. We're posting jobs that we just happen to come by in our research efforts, and opportunities for speaking gigs that just happen to not make it into our regular delivery schedule. So we're really excited about that. Right now, we have about 12 various opportunities over there. 12 various opportunities. Quite a few of up to $50,000 in grants, like available to people who want them. Like, seriously, I gotta tell you, I'm being honest. I was sleeping on grants. So don't be like me and go check them out. So if you want to go and see what we got going on at iFind You Close, go over to ifindyoukclose.com. And oh my gosh, it's going to be so exciting. All right, so let's go ahead. Now, one of the things we do here on this show is, we talk about traveling the world as a speaker. That means leveraging your skills, your talent into speaking so that you can travel, or you can grow a business, or you can build authority. This is something I have done over the last, 6 years in business, and it has been so much fun. And that's why we're going to talk about today why people fall in love with speaking. But what I typically do is I give you a travel story. We give you a travel story as we talk about speaking at the same time. So today's travel story is I had a friend in Twitter who said, of course they were. I don't know if you've watched this show, the show about the Hotel Cecil on Netflix. I know it's absolutely crazy. Netflix won't let me share into my little windows of the world over here, but it is absolutely crazy. That Hotel Cecil story on Netflix. And of course, when you watch it, it's in LA, so you get an impression of LA. Now, granted, it is downtown LA, which is a little downtown LA can be rough in some parts. I've stayed there before. Now, my perspective is from somebody who lived in San Diego and Southern California for about 11 and a half years and would drive up to LA on occasion. So this friend said, you know what, I have no interest in visiting LA. And of course, this is on Twitter, and people were like, you might regret that. And of course, my thoughts are, you will absolutely regret saying that you will never want to visit LA. Now, I'm just going to be straight up honest. I hate LA. But there is something about LA when you visit. It's one of those, LA is one of those places that the traffic is horrible. The smog is horrible. Driving everywhere is horrible. And you get annoyed and you get stressed. But once you get to where you are going, LA is, man, it just seeps into you. Now, I will say, when I do a lot of my travel, I will never really put LA as a place I want to go visit unless somebody invites me there. Now, I've been going to LA before I moved to Southern California. I've been going to LA since I was in college, once every other year or so. But if you've never visited, the thing that's going to hit you first, one, if you arrive on the perfect day, the sunshine, the palm trees, the ocean, and the beach. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. And if you come from a place with winter, oh my gosh, LA just it does get to you. And once you do get out of the trying to navigate all the highways and the traffic, it has some of the best food options ever. I mean, a variety of food. Now, I will say this. I miss some of the things I miss about California is one, the diversity of the people, the diversity of the food. I live here in a suburb outside of Denver. Yeah, my food choices are, either chain restaurants or, you're just happy that the Indian family moved in and opened a restaurant. Yes. And of course, we have a splattering of a few things. We have like a Chinese restaurant. We just got a Thai restaurant. We have two Indian restaurants. I mean, we're coming up in the world. But with LA, I mean, you get all the things. You get the fusion cuisine. You get Baja California cuisine. If you fish tacos, all of that kind of stuff. You get burritos. You get the street Mexican food, good, restaurant quality Mexican food, Korean food, Chinese food, Thai food, seafood. Oh my gosh, and that's the one thing I do miss about California is the variety of really good food. And I miss California burritos. That is only a San Diego thing, but I really do miss California burritos. And you get your junk food. I mean, but it's like the best junk food on the planet. I mean, come on, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Come on, y'all. Um, so so if you're one of those people and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'll never visit LA. I have a love hate with relationship with the city because yeah, oh my gosh, I hate it driving there. I mean, seriously, nobody wants to get stuck in traffic at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday, but there's something about the city when you hit the beaches. I mean, my favorite part is not LA, but it's in Santa Monica. Absolutely love Santa Monica. The little kitschy little tourist things like the La Brea tar pits. Yes, literally there are tar pits bubbling up there. I've driven through LA, across LA. I've been into the Inland Empire, Southern LA, Northern LA. Yeah, I did a lot of exploring when I lived in California. So don't sleep on LA. I mean, you may not want to ever live there, but it's not a bad place, and especially if you go and do all the touristy things. I mean, Sunset Boulevard, driving down it, it is kind of cool. You can see the Hollywood sign, the Hollywood Boulevard. I've stayed in kind of quite a few places in LA, and I've gone to the malls. Some of the things you see on TV, like the donut, what's that donut place? Yeah, all those things. I've been to Long Beach, which is not LA, but is a really cool place. Are there rough parts? Yeah, just like any other place, but LA, it's one of those places you'll never really want to. I mean, either you love it, but when you go, even if you hate it, when you go, you're just like, oh, sunshine, 70-degree weather, yes. So if you ever go, make sure you rent a convertible and just drive your heart out. I mean, you will absolutely love it. I will highly recommend go visiting San Diego. I mean, San Diego is amazing. My favorite city is San Francisco in California, which is nothing like LA. So, all right, that's today's travel story. For those of you thinking about going to LA, which is Los Angeles, California, here in the United States. All right, so let's go ahead and just do a quickie on this. Why people fall in love with speaking. All right, so as traveling the world as a speaker, you'll, once you jump into this world of speaking, you'll meet a lot of unique characters. I think that's the best way. And you really start to put them into categories as to how they interact with speaking. So you have a lot of people who love speaking. They love it, love it, love it, love it. Because this is, let's just be straight up honest, for some people, they like being center stage. Now, they will never say this out loud. They will never say it out loud. But speaking does give you the opportunity to be like, me, all eyes on me. Nobody will ever admit that. I'm just going to tell you what they will never say to you. A lot of people do like that. That's not really my jam, but a lot of people like the center stage, being the center of attraction, having the lights on them. A lot of people just feel that they have this message that everybody needs to hear. A lot of people get very energized by being in an audience and talking to people. It is one of those things. They say extroverts, they need the crowds to kind of be in their best moment, to operate at their best. And it is so true. You will see a lot of those people who, they have to have that vibe of a room so that they can operate. And then you have people like me who are the introverts, and you will have some people like me who are the extreme introverts, like I need to go into a quiet room, and they like the attention of it all, but it manifests very differently. It's almost like an act. It's like being an actor. It's like I get to be somebody new, and I get to be on stage, get the applause, but then as soon as I come off stage, don't talk to me because like mm. And then you have and for those people, and I can only speak for me, it is fun. It is fun because a lot of people think that just because you're a speaker, you are this overly entertaining person and you're talkative. No. Some speakers are probably some of the most introverted, quiet people you will ever meet, and they will have a very different persona and personality when they are off stage, because sometimes it is like getting into character. But I will say this, for those people who just like to talk, just because you like to talk doesn't mean that you would be great on stage. There is something that you need to embody and focus on when you want to become a great speaker and to get your message out there to the world. So there are a lot of reasons why people fall in love with speaking. I would say for me, the biggest love is that it is a leveraging tool for me to travel. Now, I used to travel a lot when I was working as a computer scientist for the Navy, and they used to send me all over the world. And I thought that when I started my business, I wasn't going to be able to do as much of that because you got to work. But when I really discovered that I could leverage speaking, and I was always just an okay speaker, but I've always been an not an entertainer. I will clean that up. But when I discovered that I could leverage the speaking thing to travel, it was a game on situation for me. Now, I will never say I've always performed. So I was a baton twirler in high school, a dancer with the marching band, and a featured baton twirler in college. I danced with some professional dance teams, and I spent a little time as a professional cheerleader for like indoor arena football teams and stuff like that. So the performance thing was always kind of cool, and I always did teach, and I taught my classes and things. So I figured this was just one other thing that I could like have in my back pocket that I could whip out, and it is a lot of fun. And I that's why I love speaking. I mean, I run a business off of it, but it was just one of the best ways for me to actually get out there and market my business and to continue doing the thing that I like to do, which was traveling the world. That was it. Like I said, there are a lot of people, they feel, they want the lights, they want the camera, they want the action, they want the accolades, they want the fan clubs. For me, this was just one of the best leveraging tools so that I could go travel. And I loved it. Absolutely love it. And that's why I still do it. And that's why I bring you this show, Travel the World, as a speaker. What I have learned with running a business is that you can be very creative. Once you are creative, if you are creative and are okay with thinking outside the box, you can kind of do a lot of different things in your life. And I think that's it. You see me in my bad hair? So that's why a lot of people do fall in love with speaking. So it's not for everybody. Now here's the thing. Public speaking is not for everybody. No. But it is a way to get your voice out there, to build your authority, to show that you are an expert, and you can leverage it into doing some fun things. Now, I've been able to leverage it into travel. I leveraged this into being on national television for a year, answering personal finance questions. I've also leveraged this into brand deals. We don't talk about that very often, but brand deals. I have leveraged this into being a part of some brand deals with other travel communities. So it is a very powerful leveraging tool if it's something that you want to do. Now, that's all I have for you. This is going to be a short one because we're just coming back from break. I'm still in work mode. We got the work face here. Is that what that is? Work face? We got work face, and Oh gosh, and what else? There's so much coming up. There is so much coming up. So I want to let you know that this week you're going to start seeing some classes for those of you who want to make money off of live streaming and all of those virtual events that you did last year. We're going to be partnering with the Women in Travel Summit. I'm going to bring you some details. We have just partnered with Color Me World to bring some travel content to them. So there's going to be a lot of things going on. And for those of you who do sign up for iFind You Clothes, we have new classes coming. Yay! We have new classes, but we have that job board and a last minute gig board. You don't want to miss that. So go check us out at ifindyouclothes.com if you want to get on stage and start speaking. Like I said, this is all I got for you today because I'm going to go upstairs from my basement studio and go continue to do a little bit more work. If you are not a subscriber to our channel, go ahead and subscribe now because you don't want to miss out on some of the things that we're going to have going on in March. We are working really hard behind the scenes to do some really cool things. And also, if you're loving the channel and you're loving the content, I want you to go check it out. And one of the things I want to tell you about is, no, not right now. I'll tell you about it later. So just have fun. And if you want to watch another fun, crazy story like this, being able to speak and go to parties, you need to go watch that. That is hilarious. I'm just telling you. So take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow or in another video. Bye-bye for now.